JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, bloodletting continues in Westmoreland. The bloodletting has resumed in Westmoreland after a man was shot dead by unknown assailants in his community of Gordon District in White House on Tuesday night. The deceased has been identified as 22-year-old Kemar Taylor, otherwise called Pansy. Reports from the police saw that shortly after 10:30 p.m., Taylor was among a group of persons standing along the roadway when they were pounced upon by three armed men who opened gunfire, hitting Taylor multiple times. The gunmen subsequently fled the area on foot. The White House police were summoned, and upon their arrival, Taylor was seen lying along the roadway in a pool of blood. Taylor was transported to the Savlamar Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Since the start of the year, at least 97 people have been murdered in Westmoreland. Cops still searching for escaped St. Ann prisoners. Despite several efforts, police have not been able to recapture any of the 4 prisoners who escaped from the Ocho police lockup in St. Ann almost 4 weeks ago. The men have managed to elude several dragnets, but head of the Area 2 Police, Acting Assistant Commissioner Dwight Powell, said lawmen will not relent. None of them have been recaptured, but we're still working on catching them, Acting ACP Powell said. Reports were that about 1 a.m. on August 5, police officers on duty performed routine cell checks. Shortly after, sounds were heard coming from the direction of the cells, and the police went to investigate. An alarm was raised when 4 prisoners were discovered missing. The police stated that preliminary investigations indicate that implements were used to cut sections of the metal gates of the cell, allowing the prisoners to escape. The escapees are 40-year-old Terence Harrelal of Claremont, St. Ann, is charged with shooting with intent. 42-year-old Dennis Coburn of Islington, St. Mary, is charged with rape. Javar Grant, 22, of Paris, St. Ann, is charged with illegal possession of firearm. And 30-year-old Jermaine Rogers of Mile End in Ocho St. Ann, is charged with illegal possession of firearm. Residents of Ocho and the surrounding communities are urged to be on the lookout for any strangers. Persons who see suspicious activities are encouraged to call the Ocho police at 876-974-2469, the police 119 numbers, or Crime Stop at 311. He needs help, judge says of at-risk teen. Senior parish judge at the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court, Lauren Cole Montague, was visibly perturbed when a 17-year-old boy stood before her to answer to the charge of resisting arrest, but was unable to name the subjects he was doing at school. The boy, who was charged along with his 18-year-old sister with the offense of resisting arrest, indecent language, disorderly conduct, and obstructing the police, pleaded guilty to the charges. The teenager said he was in his community speaking to a friend who suddenly took his bicycle and rode off on it. "Me just cussed 2 clot after him," he explained. The court was told that on Wednesday night, July 20, a police officer heard him using the words, "Hey, B-Wall boy, can me things come?" and attempted to take him into custody when he and his sister started to resist arrest. The court was also told his sister told the police, "Let go off of me B-clot, brother." Also pleading guilty to the charges, his sister said she was only asking the police why he was arresting her brother. Aiming to learn more about the accused persons before her, the judge asked the 18-year-old if she's in school. She explained that she was in training as a records clerk. "Are you in school?" Cole Montague then asked the boy. "Yes, miss," he answered, adding that he'll be in grade 11 come September. "What are the subjects that you are to do?" the judge inquired. "Miss, them never make me pick the subjects," he responded. "What subjects are you doing now?" she pressed, to which the boy answered, "Me not do no subjects now." "You're in grade 10, you're going into grade 11, and you don't know what subjects you're doing now?" Cole Montague asked incredulously. "Miss, sometimes the teachers then don't even come to class," the boy said. "No, that's a different problem. What subjects are you doing?" the judge retorted. After about a minute of prodding, the teenager said he's doing mechanics. "Mechanics? That's all? You know I'm not surprised by what I'm hearing from you. And I'm not surprised that you're here based on what you just said to me. He needs help. Let me tell you something. God works in mysterious ways. Sometimes some of them have a hand up in the courthouse to straighten them out, because it is obvious that their parenting and supervision that this young man needs is lacking," Cole Montague said, then asked his aunt where his parents were. The aunt, who is his father's sister, said the boy's father was at work and she is unaware of the mother's location. Clearly disturbed, the judge said, "Something wrong. Your nephew buckshot if you tell me what he's studying. You hear the words that come out of his mouth? Them words that never escape my lips yet, and me upon God green earth long time. Something wrong with the young people. The sentence that he needs, I don't think I must say to him fine $2,000 or 10 days. That is not going to help him. He needs more than that. He needs to be set straight. She also asked him what his plans for the future were. However, he was still unable to give a definite answer. Auntie, I need to see his report card. I need to see what this young man is going on with. As manly as you may look, you're still a child in the eyes of the law. So I am your judicial mother. I want to see the young man them come to something good, Cole Montague demanded. The teenager was fined $2,000 or 10 months imprisonment for the indecent charge. He was admonished and discharged for the disorderly conduct and given 1 year probation for resisting arrest. He was also advised to listen to everything the probation officer says. During that 1 year, I want you to sort out your head, Cole Montague said. Meanwhile, his sister was fined $3,000 each for resisting arrest and indecent language. She was admonished and discharged for obstructing the police and fined another $2,000 for disorderly conduct. No breakthrough in probe of senior citizen's murder in Linstead. The police in Linstead, St. Catherine, are yet to make a breakthrough in the brazen daylight murder of a senior citizen who has been described as a good Samaritan. Earl Taylor, otherwise called Red Cap, a 69-year-old labourer of Wonder Lane in Bogwalk, St. Catherine, was killed on Sunday. Trust me, he would clean businesses, buy cash pot, deposit money, whatever you want, he would assist. He was a good Samaritan of the Linstead business community, businessman Delroy Heath said. Meanwhile, businesswoman Dorothy Orton Stern said greater emphasis needs to be placed on monitoring motorcyclists. The police need to clamp down on the bikers in and around Linstead, as a pure wickedness happening to people by bikers, Orton Stern said. About 10:30 a.m. August 28, Taylor was reportedly taking money to a financial institution when a motorcycle with 2 men aboard approached him in the vicinity of the Linstead Baptist Church. The pillion reportedly brandished a handgun and fired shots, hitting Taylor repeatedly. As he fell, his attackers grabbed the bag containing an undetermined sum of money and escaped. 3 suspects in killing of St. Mary man apprehended. The Senton police have arrested 3 people in relation to the killing of a man in the vicinity of the Little Duns River attraction in notorious St. Anne on Saturday evening. That is 25-year-old Roshan Hussein, otherwise called Brother, of Guysdale St. Mary and Mansfield St. Anne. St. Anne's acting police chief, Superintendent David White, said all 3 were arrested during an intensive operation in the area between 1 and 4 p.m. on Tuesday. The operation was to carry out further investigation into the killing. We would have picked up some persons that we believe were of interest to us in our investigation and would have given a warning. A number of summons were served on some of the proprietors inside that space, he said. He added that a strong police presence will be maintained in the space for the next 2 weeks to prevent reprisal attacks. What we have done is intensify investigations on the recent murder that occurred there on Saturday, and what we are now finding out is that there are a number of criminal elements coming out of Steertown, and we intensify those investigations. We would have suspected that no doubt there will be reprisal, and we want to make sure that the citizens who use that beach are safe, he noted. Superintendent West of the police will also maintain their presence in the Steertown community, where persons allegedly linked to the crime are believed to be operating. As usual, Steertown was always one of our crime-infested areas, one of the hotspots for St. Anne, and we usually have a police presence in that space. What the fear is that if they can do a murder right in the tourism belt, the possibility exists that they might want to take revenge for the man that was killed, he explained. Superintendent White said yesterday's operation also saw several illegal stores removed from the area and several summons served. He implored residents to stay away from the area for their own safety for the next 2 weeks. Jamaica's murder tally shoots past 1,000 mark. According to the latest police crime statistics, 1,003 people were murdered in Jamaica up to August 29, 2022. This is 52 more homicides, or a 5.5% increase when compared with the corresponding period last year. The St. James Police Division leads the murder count with 136 cases, a 25.9% increase compared to the 108 homicides reported in the division up to August 29 last year. St. Catherine North with 100 homicides, Westmoreland 97, St. Andrew South 88, and St. Catherine South 82 round out the top 5 murderers of the 19 police divisions in Jamaica. Portland is the least murderous parish in 2022, having recorded 8 murders so far this year. The Jamaica Constabulary Force's Serious Crimes Report also showed that there was a decrease in the number of shooting incidents as of Monday. There were 781 cases of shootings over the period under review, compared to 828 for the same period last year, which represented a decrease of 5.7%. In the meantime, declines have been recorded in cases of rape so far this year. Some 264 cases were recorded up to August 29 this year, down from the 318 observed in the corresponding period last year, representing a reduction of 54 cases or 17%. Robberies saw a 14.5% increase with 600 incidents this year compared to 524 in 2021. Meanwhile, there was a 6% increase in break-ins so far this year. The data showed that 654 cases were recorded compared to 617 last year. The total number of serious and violent crimes committed so far this year has increased by 2%. A total of 3,302 serious and violent crimes were reported up to August 29 when compared to 3,238 incidents reported for the corresponding period in 2021. 35 new COVID cases, no death recorded. Jamaica's COVID positivity rate decreased to 11.7% amid 35 new COVID-19 cases recorded over a 24-hour period up to Tuesday afternoon. There was no coronavirus-related death recorded for the one-day reporting period. The overall coronavirus death toll in Jamaica remains at 3,254. However, the deaths of 2 COVID-19 patients are under investigation by health officials. There were 97 recoveries on the day, bringing that tally to 96,611. The newly confirmed COVID-19 cases brought the total number on record for the island to 149,798. Notably, the 11.7% positivity rate was based on the samples that were tested on Tuesday. Of the newly confirmed cases, 19 are females and 16 are males, with ages ranging from 1 to 98 years. The case count was made up of Kingston and St. Andrew 15, St. Catherine 5, Clarendon 4, St. Elizabeth 3, Manchester 2, Westmoreland 2, St. Anne 2, St. James 1 and St. Thomas 1. There are 26 moderately ill patients, 8 severely ill patients, and 6 critically ill patients among 1,091 active cases now under observation in Jamaica. A total of 130 COVID-19 patients are now hospitalized locally. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.